Why are we so awkward? Okay, hi guys, welcome to another video. So today, I guess we're just gonna get right into it.
Right.
We wanted to talk about some controversial dating opinions.
I've got some that I disagree with. She's got some that I disagree with. So we thought we'd share them and see what you guys think. The first one is I don't really agree with interracial relationships.
Let us know if you like this kind of angle and sit
Yeah,
down.
we're testing something new. It's our quasi podcast.
Yeah, that's it. We were talking about this the other day, and we were like discussing if it's better to date someone or meet someone online or in person. I said online is good, but I understand why people prefer to meet in person because there's that kind of like organic like first impression that you don't necessarily get on dating apps or online. It's so easy for people to like come off a certain way and like have a certain persona online.
So in this case, I'm the one who's got the controversial opinion because I largely disagree. I think it's better online. To counter what you said, that it's better meeting in person because you get a better first impression. You don't necessarily, while someone could definitely lie online about height, catfish, all sorts of things. You know, they got photos of when they were looking good, now they're looking a little musty, rusty, and dusty. That's some ways they could lie about themselves.
It's like
That's my dog Grizzly, who throws this bone down the stairs. I know women who have met men in person and it turned out that man had a family. The same way you could find it online, but at least online there's a purpose for it.
No, in person it's much harder to lie. Like you have to be a really good liar.
I don't think so.
To keep up. No? I've never, because not only that, but yes, there's things that people say, like there's the lies verbally, but there's also like the non-verbal cues that it's easier to like pick up on in person.
Right.
I put the emphasis on the organic part because online, yes, it's true, you have more variety, you have more access to people that you typically wouldn't in the real world, like which is why I like it and which is like how we met.
Yeah.
So when you meet someone, there's less of that stress, I think, like that anxiety of like, okay, I was talking to this person online, is he gonna be the same way when we meet? Like, is he gonna find me attractive when we meet?
Well, first of all, look at her. You got a really hot black woman, and look what online dating got me. They got me her, and then you have someone beautiful with no taste, and then they end up with me.
Okay, babe.
This is the truth. This is the crux of the issue here.
Okay,
I'm trying to tell mediocre people to believe in themselves,
we can
and that's something.
In conclusion, yeah.
Online, right off the bat, you can. It's like you're feeling me, I'm feeling you. Let's flirt. At a coffee shop, in a gym, those are places you can meet someone that have similar interests. But are you 100% sure when you go up to someone in a gym that they want to be hit on? Online dating, you can be flirtatious right off the bat. That's the point. You match with that person. You thought I was feeling you?
I'm not saying I don't like online dating.
Well,
I'm just saying I see the appeal of wanting to meet someone in person.
I find this segues into our next thing, is that my controversial opinion is that women should be hitting on men. It shouldn't be the other way. And first of all, look how she just like melted. Everyone knows, maybe you guys don't believe this, but I think this to be 1,000% true. Women handle rejection 17,000 times worse than men. Men will murder someone if they get rejected, but women won't even try.
Yeah, well, because historically, women have never made the first move,
Right.
so they're less used to that rejection. Because you always, I don't know about you guys, but I always see online, you know, you reject a guy and he's like, oh, she's ugly anyway, she has a flat ass, this is this. But if you reject a woman, she's not going to react immaturely like that.
There hasn't been a better era of porn than there is now. Okay. Men have everything no, I'm serious. Men have everything at their fingertips, and you're too scared to go and talk to them. If you're not willing to make the first move, how are you gonna meet someone in person? Because me personally, in this day and age where we're respectful of women, where I consider myself a feminist, where I wouldn't want to disrupt or interrupt a woman's workout at a gym. That's one of my hobbies. That's one of the places I go. I'm not hitting on anyone at a gym.
That's one thing that I can agree with you on, is that definitely when the woman makes the first move, then you have more control over like the type of guy that you're interacting with. Whereas like if you get hit on, like, you have sometimes some guys that come up to you and you're like, what made you think you could come and talk to me?
So that's my thing. Women don't even want those interactions. They're not going to do them themselves. They want it to happen, but they want the right guy to do it.
Yeah.
Which moves to my next point. Something that's controversial, I find, for both men and women, is that they're far too picky. We see this discourse online. The woman asks, how tall are you? The man asks, how much do you weigh?
Anecdote, I don't know if you guys saw Love is Blind season 2. It made me crack up when the guy Shake was like, are you Ken or something?
Do you like going to movie festivals?
Yeah.
Would I be able to pick you up on my shoulders? Like, what kind of man asked that question?
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that people are far too superficial to start off. That height matters thing, like, literally, no matter how tall you are as a woman, you could have those preferences. And if you find someone good, if you find someone who's over 6 feet tall, good for you. As a man, if you find a woman who meets your beauty standards, good for you. Those things don't matter as much as you think. Unless you're trying to breed for like an NBA athlete and you need someone who's 6'11", physically it does matter. But like, you're gonna block a blessing from you because a woman might be a bit heavy set, or because a man might be 5'8".
It's very respective to like online culture. I find that's a lot of social media stuff.
A bit of an anecdote. Here in Montreal, I personally think, I haven't traveled much, but I'm of the strong opinion that Montreal has the best looking women.
A lot of people have said that, actually.
Yeah. I'll just say it. I'm 6 feet tall, and that obviously helped with dating her. Would you have dated someone 5'7"? No, she wouldn't have.
There's also, I know it's like a very lazy argument, but like people have their preferences,
Yes.
Like the physical part does matter. And even though like we're going on about this, yeah, the height doesn't matter, but like all that information is available and people use it to their advantage. Like,
yes.
You're 6 feet, so you put in your bio that you're 6 feet tall,
right.
Like you're just naturally attracted to those kind of people. Like I can say I'm attracted to tall guys.
Right.
Not in like I only date guys that are over 6 feet. That's where it becomes a bit exaggerated.
Right.
But like it's okay to
no,
have
of course it is okay to have those things, but like, we're talking about finding someone long term.
Okay, so yeah, now we have to change topics a bit because you're getting a bit too into it.
She pulled me to the side and told me to calm down.
Yeah. So now we kind of want to touch on dating to marry, right?
Right.
In my opinion, when you're dating someone, at a certain age.
What age is that?
25.
25 and up?
Starting 25, you need to start dating to marry. Like if I was in a relationship, when I'm dating, I would look for someone that's, marryable and wanting to marry.
Right.
Because, and again, we discussed this, I feel like if you're just dating people, like you're 25, you're gonna want to have kids eventually and do all that stuff. You need to start somewhere. And there's no such thing as too late. I don't want to put like a label on things or like a timestamp, but it's just, in terms of time, we have a limited amount of time. It's a limited resource. So we can't buy back time.
Mm-hmm.
So why not make the most of it? Like, don't, sorry to cut you off, just the last thing, don't like put up with things that you normally wouldn't or that are against your values. Well, don't do it anyway, but don't do it, especially in those ages, because it's not going to work long term.
Well, then I have a question about that.
Yes.
If it doesn't work out, is it a waste of time?
Oh my God. Okay, this is going to get you heated again. I think, yes, it's not the person's fault. It's not anybody's fault. It just ends up being a waste of time because you spent all those years with that person.
Yeah.
And then it amounts to nothing, and you have to start over with a new person.
So this is
and
where,
you're like 35.
This is where I disagree. This is where it's not a waste of time because you may have lost time in investing in with that person, but as time goes on, you're investing in yourself. hopefully, let's say a 5-year relationship doesn't work out. Have you not changed in those 5 years for the better? Hopefully, I gotta say I'm not one for timelines, because like, you know, you set it up with the child and wanting to have kids and stuff like that, but life is messy. Life doesn't work that way. No, but like there's things that you get in a relationship that fail.
Obviously, I'm not talking about those women. Like, I'm not talking about a relationship that was working and ended up failing. Like, it's the hazards of life.
To tell someone straight off the bat you're dating to marry, maybe because, you know, I'm under 30 and I don't feel that way now, I feel like that's very forward.
No, it's not, because it's just dating intentionally. It's just having that like long-term vision when you're in the talking stages, and like, okay, is this just for fun, or is this someone I can see myself? Because in the next years, after you're 25, you're going to be growing a lot through your career and like personal growth and like,
right.
you know, going on vacation and whatnot, getting to know yourself,
right.
getting to know yourself in a relationship. So you want to do it with someone that's worthwhile.
How can you predict if someone's worthwhile? You need to not be forward, but you need to be honest with someone, and you need them to be honest with you, which is a hard thing to do. You could say, I'm dating to marry, and the guy's like, you know, that's great, she's gonna put out fast because she wants to start a family. Well, for all the women know, he's got a vasectomy.
No, babe, I disagree. I feel like the guys that hear that and aren't down with that, they run in the opposite direction. You do have to communicate, but it's not something like, to me, it's putting pressure to be like, okay, I'm thinking of doing this. Like I said, it's not a timeline. It's just picking the right person in terms, according to your long-term goals, not as opposed to short-term.
I think you shouldn't date to marry. I think you experience people and you go through lessons in life, but if you are choosing to take that route, you absolutely do need to communicate it.
I'm saying, as time goes on, it gets harder and harder.
Right.
So better to start early.
Better to start early if you can. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, with that said, we're talking about dating to marry. We're talking about serious relationships. We're talking about finding the right person. I think I haven't heard anyone talk about this. I don't want to sound like, you know, I'm like a pioneer in this, but you should definitely pay to use online. Like, you need to use all the facets of online dating, the reasonable prices. And here's why I strongly believe in this. You're looking to marry. Online dating, as good as it is, it's like sifting through garbage to find gold. Everyone's got a horror story of online dating, that they were totally vibing with a person and then they cut them off. They met them and then they're 6 feet shorter than they said they were.
Yeah, but it could happen with any, like it could happen whether you pay or not.
Think about it. You're looking for the love of your life on a free app.
But my thing is that you can get the same service for free.
Like, I don't know. Me personally, if I was single and I really wanted to be in a relationship, I'm willing to pay $10 a month to get everything that website has to offer.
But then there's apps like, I heard this on the radio. This is a new app, a new dating app that's called It's Just Lunch. And it's for, you know, young professionals that don't necessarily have time to go through the talking stage and like, you know, match and whatnot. And so I think the premise of it is like the first interaction that you get, you set up a date. And that app, this is from an article I've read, so I haven't been on it myself, obviously, so I don't know if this is true, but you have to pay a package, and the prices range from $1,000 to $5,000.
What's in that package that makes it so expensive? To be clear, we're not sponsoring this thing because I'm about to rip into it, but
I don't exactly know.
Kinda,
I guess you get a more tailored experience, like you can really put more detail, and then the algorithm like gives you even more personalized matches, which is why it's so expensive. So it's like made for you.
So that's an extreme example of what I'm saying. Like, pay for it, don't pay $1,000.
Yeah.
You know, it's like these online experiences are better because you'll find that, you know, everyone's niche.
I'm now discovering that you're a brand ambassador for dating apps.
Yeah.
So Bumble, please sponsor us.
Right.
The paying thing, I think, is good to discuss in the context of paying on the first date. Who should pay on the first date?
I think that's something you should ask. Either one person should ask, and the other person's response might be very telling of them. I don't think it's wrong for a man to be like, hey, are we splitting this? Like, if the woman gets offended by that, I think that's a red flag for the man.
Okay. This is. I think I'm just trying to play devil's advocate because I'm all for women empowerment
Here we go.
and feminism.
There's gonna be a butt to this, ladies.
But I can understand. Let me say it like that. I can understand why the expectation would be on the guy to pay. Usually, it's the guy asking for the date. So therefore, the guy should pay.
You hear this,
for the
ladies?
date.
Are you guys just laying back? You want to get hit on. You don't want to make the first move. You don't want to pay for the first meal.
Yeah, because afterwards, once the guy gets the girl, it's the girl doing all the labor. Because we're talking about traditionally, right? Like the gender roles, they're doing the dishes, they're taking care of the kids.
What kind of relationship do you want to be in 2022?
No, I'm not talking about. I'm just saying, like, these are the archetypes that we have, right? Like,
but is that the kind of partner you would want?
No, not, you know.
Like I said, if the person offers, you go for it. But that's why, like, you know, it's kind of like that single person's mentality. They gotta be tall, they gotta pay, or the other person, like, I gotta pay and they gotta look like this, and I expect them to do dishes and cook for me. You need someone who wants to work together with you, who takes a relationship seriously, and a relationship tries to be 50-50 where it can. Don't let splitting the bill block your blessings. Don't let that's.
Babe, it's just the first date. You're going on like as if I said
first
the
date
guy
matters.
should pay. No, but like it's chivalry, you know.
All to say is that if someone has to split the bill, don't act like they asked like the world of you.
Right, babe, we get it. So you're not only a brand ambassador for online dating apps, but you're also a women's rights activist. You want equality.
Absolutely.
So
This one got me pretty heated because like I feel strongly about these things because like we talk about it in private.
Yeah. Or we could do a part 2 of this, like other
Right.
controversial.
Yeah, we were
opinions.
thinking there's some stuff like you know, should you be dating your ex? Not whoa. Should you be friends with your ex? Thank you.
Yeah.
Should you be friends with your ex?
Should you have access to your partner's phone, like passcode?
We're in a different venue. We're at my parents' house. We're watching Grizzly, and
he was super good. He wasn't loud at all, except for the one bone that fell on the stairs.
But yeah, so we're gonna go take Grizzly on a walk, and we hope you really like the video. This one was a lot of fun. I feel like we're back in our groove.
Yeah.
Not a vlog. We're having fun with the vlogs, but this one was cool. All right, guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.